Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a different video than we're normally used to. In this video, I'm going to go through what I like, dislike about certain watch lots, how I buy watches for the channel, how to look at what to avoid when buying, how to avoid getting scammed. First things first, let me get my screen cap on. Okay. I like to use search terms like watch lot, vintage watches, broken watches, something like that, you know. So we'll go ahead and go up here and we'll go to broken watch. I also want to make sure we're on ending soonest and US only. That's interesting. A little pocket watch conversion. It's very cool. That'd be interesting. The price is a little high, I think, for what it is. That's not bad. Let's see what this is. Quartz. I don't really like that anyway. That's a little bit more than what I want to pay for it. It looks like everybody else agrees. They have a best offer. Let's go ahead and look at this and see. Now, the damage on the dial is pretty sick. That's pretty sick, not gonna lie. I like that. It's gold filled, which means it's gold plated. People will think that gold filled means it's gold, and you'll even have people say that they can get gold scrap value for the case and it's worth more than. They're wrong, period. All gold filled means is that it is a thicker gold plating. I really like the damage on the dial. I'm gonna offer this guy. His feedback's not great, but he's sold quite a few. The pictures look good though. We're gonna look at the description. The product is a vintage Belova wristwatch with a rectangular shape and gold-filled case. It is designed in a classic style and features an acrylic crystal, a 12-hour dial, and a push-pull crown. The watch comes with a band and is intended for parts or repair purposes. The watch does not include its original box packaging or papers. Pre-owned and untested, not in working order at this time. Sold as repair or parts and sold as is. Offered at a very reasonable starting bid. Shipped USPS first class, blah, blah, blah. So he sounds like he sells a lot on eBay, to be honest, but I would be willing to send an offer. He's like, oh, it's a reasonable starting bid. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't look like anybody else agrees. I'm going to make an offer for $15. We sent the offer. Let's see if he accepts it. 15 minutes before the listing ends. I won't pay $23 for it. It's already $5 shipping, so that's what I'm going to end up paying is $23. If we do win that, that'll be on the channel. I like that. It's a little high. I don't like paying $20 for a head of broken watch. These are mostly women's. That one's interesting, but we're going to skip past it. This is Timex Electric. I've got a bunch of these already. I'm probably going to do a video on one of them because of how many I have. Anybody would be interested in a video of one of these, not that specific watch, but that type of women's watch. Croton. Not really. Well, I mean, for $5, let's see if it's a mechanical watch. One picture. And we're going to skip on that. That's cool. That's cool. You know, that's probably not a bad price for that. I wonder if he's got a movement pick. He does. He does. He does. Okay. So it's pretty old, but it's not the oldest. It's got shock protection, so. I don't know much about that specific movement, but that's probably not a bad deal. And as a matter of fact, it's only got 3 hours, but I'm going to watch it and see. When you do that, it'll notify you in the last few minutes before the auction ends. And it'll tell you, hey, this auction's about to end, to make sure you bid to win. Also, if you're watching it, it'll tell you, hey, this auction's ending soon, as soon as it hits 24 hours. That's pretty high for a non-working, that damaged watch. That's probably not bad. Let's check that out. Yeah, it is pretty high, actually. This is cool. I've actually have bought a lot like this before, and I never really did good on them. I think that they pick, that's pretty cool. I think that they pick through these watches and they know exactly what's in there, clearly. And they sell all the stuff that's worth more money and then put all their junkers in these boxes and then sell you. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of the people that are doing that probably aren't watch enthusiasts or watch people, so you might be able to get a good deal because they don't know what they have in there. But I would say 9 times out of 10, if you are looking to buy a watch lot, don't buy these. These have been picked through, and I'm sure they Googled every single one of these that they could find. And the only way you might be able to get away with it is if they couldn't figure out what the watch was and didn't open it to look. And at $100, I mean, yeah, you might make your money back if you were gonna sell them. Yeah, I would avoid that. Second page. That's cool. It's a women's watch, small. I don't think I'd go for it. Lots like these don't necessarily typically do that great either. Another thing is sometimes you'll find a lot like this and they'll blatantly put a fake Rolex or something in it and trying to get you to bid on it, even though all the rest of the watches are junk and that one's included in the junk, but they're hoping that people don't know that and they see that Rolex and they're like, ooh, and then they try to buy it, and when they receive it, it's not a real Rolex. And the people that buy those probably don't ever really know they're not real anyway, until they try to sell it to somebody that does know. But you got to watch out for that as well. I'm honestly surprised we haven't run into one of those yet, because they're pretty common. Now this is interesting. It's a little high, but Whitnauer, Benris. That's interesting. I don't know what that is. That wouldn't be too bad. I'll probably watch that. See what it ends up going for. Yeah, if that's mechanical, that might not be too bad. Something about the crown tells me it's not old. It is. Huh. These are jewel or bushings, not jewels, looks like. Same with the balance. I'll watch that. Let's see how 6 hours. If you guys want to see me do something like that on the channel too, let me know. I could do something like that. $20 for this watch lot. Honestly, it looks pretty low quality. $20 is kind of high for that. These must all be the same seller. Vintage divers. It's probably not bad. I'll watch that too. And I'm only doing one search term in this video, but there are a bunch of search terms you can search. And if this video does pretty good, I may continue to make them and show you. And then whatever watches we buy and when, I'll service and repair on the channel. That's like a travel alarm clock, I think. That one right here is intriguing to me because of the band. It's a little high. I wouldn't, it's all a numbers game. You can't buy every cheap lot. And if you do, you're gonna run out of money and not get any good deals. This is pretty good, even though it's women's. Let's check it out and see. Okay, so the lettering looks good. That looks real. Doesn't look to be redialed either. And you can tell because the lettering here is usually like, it just is off. I don't really know how to tell you exactly, but if it's real and not redialed, it's perfect. You'll be able to know when you see it redialed and you can spot it. I like this watch. Let's see if they have a movement pick. They do not have a movement pick. That is one thing. They got 8 hours. I'm going to message this seller in the description. Not working. I feel like they don't know how to open the case back. I like that watch. I feel like I'm willing to say that that's real without looking at the movement based on the dial. You should always get a movement picture. Confirm that the movement is correct. I believe this is correct. I'm going to go ahead and bid on it based on the fact that I don't think that this user here is going to know how to open the case back. I could message them and maybe they would do it, but I think if they knew how to open the case back and knew that that was a thing, they would show the pictures of it. I'm going to just place a bid. I'll waste $26 if it's fake, and we'll do a video on it anyway. If it's real, it's probably not worth much more than that anyway, but hey, what are you gonna do? That'd be a nice gift for somebody. if it's real. It looks real to me without looking at the movement. Now, you should always get a movement ping, but $26 is, I'm not concerned. You don't have to watch them if you're bidding on them because it'll give you updates, but I like to anyway. Looks like the camera shut off. Well, that'll be the end of the video there. If it does well, I'll continue this and we'll just make a series out of it. But this is basically the process, man. I go through, I watch these lots, I watch these watches, I pick some that I think are good deals, and I buy them. There are tips and tricks on how to spot fakes, and you really just, you learn through the process. I've accidentally bought fakes. The last watch on the channel was one that I bought doing this process and ended up being, it's all real, but it's put together. It's not 100% original. But yeah, so if you like this type of video, let me know and we'll keep it up.